Hey guys, Terrence Barksdale here.
Hello, and I'm Vanessa Barksdale.
And once again, we want to thank you guys for purchasing the Relationship Multiplier. We feel that in doing so, you are serious about having both a healthy and a productive relationship. Now, the reason that we came up with the name The Relationship Multiplier is because we feel that the material that you will learn in the next 5 videos will greatly increase balance, love, and harmony in your relationship because you will begin to develop the skill set that allows you to use conflict and confrontation as a tool in order to build your relationship and not tear it down. Also, the positive changes that the relationship multiplier will bring to your relationship, it will far outweigh the time and effort and cost of obtaining the material.
And on our bonus video, From the Bedroom to the Boardroom, that video provides material on how to manage your personal finances. The proper management or stewardship over your personal finances can lead to more stability and possibly open doors to business opportunities for the both of you to work together.
Sure.
You see, we kind of realize that, the finances are that part of the relationship that always brings conflict, confrontation, and many times these disagreements can cause breakups or even divorce in a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to learning to better manage your finances, you may also be able to take advantage of your own home business, and you can leverage your time.
Sure.
So that you and your spouse and your family, of course, can live and enjoy a lifestyle of freedom that the both of you have always dreamed about, but you could never really do. So that's one of the reasons why I suggested to my husband in the
Right.
introductory video that we drop a link in our bonus video, and we kind of show you exactly how we did just that, how we started our own business.
Sure. Now, as we also mentioned in our introductory video, we came up with a new formula and we called it LCC equal T, which simply means love, communication, and commitment equal trust. So in this particular video, we're going to talk about the first letter in our formula, which represents love. So let's jump right in.
So, what is love? Love is an action word. It's a deep and intense feeling of affection from someone else. So, how do you continue to express that love or that action long after you're out of that infatuation or that honeymoon stage?
Yeah, because we know in that stage you'll do anything.
Absolutely. So we're going to start out here by summarizing the book, The Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. And he kind of explains that there are five things that we observe or we look for in our spouse or our loved one to see what brings them happiness, what shows them that we love them. And he kind of explained them as this: there's quality time, then you can show them by the words of affirmation. You can also show them by acts of service, by your physical touch,
Mm-hmm.
and by the giving of gifts.
Yeah. So let's start out with quality time. If you observe that your spouse or partner responds to this love language, then you should be sure to make plans to spend one-on-one quality time with him or her. All right. This time can be spent together at home or maybe at a social event like a party or dinner at your favorite restaurant.
Quality time is also selfless time. It's that time that is spent with your partner or spouse doing something, maybe an activity that means more to them than it actually means to you. But you're doing it with them because you love them.
Yeah, yeah. For example, spending time with her may mean shopping with her while she's buying the 50th pair of shoes.
Or, it could even mean spending time with him, watching a sports game on TV, and you're really not that into sports, or, maybe it's not your favorite team that's playing. So we just want to kind of give this example because, selfless time doesn't necessarily mean it's time that you're forcing your spouse to do with you that unwanted activity, but this is just an example of selfless love and selfless time spent with your significant other.
Yeah. So, spending time together is essential to the relationship. Many times we kind of lose the very idea of quality time because we gotta get caught up in the everyday affairs of life. So if you need to set reminders in your phone or maybe on your computer or on your tablet, or some people even do it on their watch, okay? Do whatever it takes to fulfill your spouse or partner's love language of quality time.
Absolutely. The second love language that we mentioned is physical touch,
Mhm.
and unlike quality time, it literally is. It's more hands-on. It is physical, actual touch.
Yeah, your spouse wants to feel your touch in both a sexual and in a non-sexual way.
Mhm.
You know, it is important to understand this love language about your spouse or your partner because learning how and when they want or need your touch can be very beneficial
Mhm.
to the relationship. You know.
If you kind of observe that your spouse has a tendency towards this type of love language, you want to be sure to take those special moments, those golden opportunities to, hold hands with them while you're in public, or give them a surprise back rub, little foot massage, something along those lines, maybe even a head rub. You can also kind of lightly brush their arm as you pass them in the hallway, of the house, or while they're in the kitchen, slightly rub on their back.
Yeah,
Little
yeah,
things like that, they make a
sure.
difference.
Yeah. So, guys, if physical touch is what your spouse or partner love, if that's their love language, be sure to take the time to make it a habit to do just those things that we talked about. By making it a habit, you build up somewhat of a resistance, per se, of being caught up in the rigors of everyday life.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, let's go on to words of affirmation. Now, this love language can sometimes run into a problem because as we become used to each other doing those things that we did in the beginning, and these things were, special things that we did for our spouse or partner. But after the infatuation stage or some time has went by, these things become expected. So you need to be vigilant. You have to let your partner or spouse know when they are doing it right for you because they need affirmation to help them to be either a better husband or a better wife or partner. Also, in their mind, this is how you show them love.
Words of affirmation, they tend to support and encourage your partner. They are those words when you're expressing gratitude or thankfulness. It's your way of saying thank you for the things that you do. For example, it's kind of like if you use the statement, when you did X for me, it made me feel like Y. So it's kind of like when a woman would say to a man, I really appreciate it when you open the car door for me because that makes me feel extremely special.
Yeah.
Or, I also appreciate how you take out the garbage and you take care of the lawn and you make sure the exterior of the house is well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And how you take care of me and our children. I just really appreciate and respect you for that as a husband. And I just want you to know that I love you for it.
Sure. A man may say to a woman, I love how the dinner that you cooked last night, or how you take care of the kids, or even how you take care of yourself. Ladies, you just look great, we've seen this neglect in many conflicts. After getting down to the root cause of the dysfunction, we found that there was a lack of affirmation. So, if words of affirmation is your spouse or partner or love language, be sure to remain diligent and be careful not to let her or his special acts of kindness toward you go unnoticed. All right? They need to hear from you. They need to hear from you to let them know that they're doing okay. Okay? So, in acts of service, that's our next one. This is a personal one for me because it is my baby's love language and it's what she likes. Now, sometimes this may be difficult. It really requires you to get into the habit of doing little things that your partner likes. But take it from me. If you do it and make a habit of it, it will become a normal practice, right? So you do things like open the door wash the car or start the car up when it's cold outside, iron their clothes. Remember, it's an act of service. In acts of service, it can be the little things that make all the difference.
Yes, it can. And our last love language is receiving of gifts, and then it's exactly what it says it is. It's you're giving them gifts, whether it's flowers or jewelry or something like that. Now, this is a love language that can be taken wrong because it may have the appearance that one person is doing more for the other. But remember that there are all kinds of reasons why a person feels like a certain act makes them feel truly loved. So it doesn't matter what they think their love language is. Just do what makes them feel good and appreciate it. So stay the course. In this love language, be sure to keep a list of the special occasions to give your partner a gift, such as birthdays, anniversaries, and you don't ever want to miss a holiday, giving them a gift during that time. But this is my personal favorite when it comes down to gift giving. Give them a gift just because. Here's a gift, honey, just to say that I love you. It's just the plain language of that. Be diligent and creative in how you give. That's most important.
Sure, I kind of like that, just because. Yeah. So let's wrap this up. If you haven't done so already, begin to observe your spouse and take note of which of these love language they have a tendency toward. And do them as often and as strategically as you can. All right? It's okay and it's good to surprise them. So that's why I say do it strategically. Also, remember, you're looking for the love language that your spouse has a tendency to respond to best. That particular love language may not just pop up and say, "Here I am," So, hon, what can two people say or do together that will help them to find out each other's love language?
Well, now that they've listened to the first part of the video and it explains those 5 love languages, and I'll repeat them again: quality time, and there's words of affirmation, acts of service, actual physical touch, and the giving of gifts. Here is something that you and your partner can do. Take a moment. Sit down and look each other in the eye, and with those loving eyes, explain to them, what your 2 top love languages are based on the information that you've heard in this video. And then give them some specific examples of what they can do for you to express how much they love you. This will take some of the guesswork out of it, and it'll also make it easier on the both of you.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's our take on love. So, if you want to have good success in your relationship, right, remember that the effort that you put forth in discovering and applying each other's love language will begin to bring you the success that you desire. Okay? So now, in our next video, we will discuss the second letter in our formula, which is called communication.
See you there.
Okay.